Jessica Traughber, 20, journalism student at the University of Tennessee, got an interesting start with her love of writing. Now she finds support from her family, and her love of UT are what continue her drive to become a professional journalist.
I used to watch the show on TNT called Charmed, and there was a character named Phoebe, and she was an advice columnist. And when I was little, I wanted more than anything to be an advice columnist. And that actually lasted until I was like 16, and then I realized that's not going to happen. That doesn't really happen very much anymore. No one's going to pay me for that. But I still had an interest in writing because I've always been told I was a good writer, and I just enjoy it. And I figured journals would be a good way to go to start off writing. I thought UT was going to be a good school to go to, and I was right. I love UT. Nashville is great, but the schools around there besides MTSU are smaller, and I'm not a small school kind of person. Like, I couldn't go to Belmont or Lipscomb because it would be confining, because I don't consider UT a big school. To me, it's just a normal-sized school, and other people were like, are you kidding me? It's huge. And I write sometimes. I was going to do T and JN, but I didn't have time because I'm in a sorority, and I'm in Pi Beta Phi. It's just really time-consuming, and I had a friend in Pi Phi who did write for T and JN, and she told me how she had no time to do anything, and nobody ever saw her because she was so busy. And I was going to do that later on when I got more established. I love journalism, though. I mean, it's really interesting, and I'm all about current. I don't like the past very much. I don't like to dwell on the past because, what's going on now is what matters. I have the only child complex. I'm spoiled, I'll admit that. But, every child is a little bit, I think. I'm just a little bit more spoiled than everybody else. I have a good family. I mean, we're really close. It's just the three of it. I mean, there's other family, close family, but the three of us are, very close, very family-oriented. It's hard coming to UT just because I had that homesickness. I'm always around my family. That was the longest I've ever been away from them. So that was different, but it was good for me to become independent. And I rely on my parents so much. It's ridiculous. I get a flat tire, and I call my dad, and he actually once had to come get me. I mean, they worry that I'm going to have trouble getting a job just because it's a job market for journalism, but that's part of the reason, first of all, that I want a minor, because that'll give you an edge. Anything you can do to give you an edge is always a good thing. And then, so I want to get my master's. I want to go to school pretty much as long as I can, because the higher you go, the more money you make. And I think it'd be worth it just because the potential jobs I could have, that would just open me up to a wider variety of jobs. So I want to take an internship, hopefully my junior year, that summer of my junior year. I'd really like to take one before I'm a senior. That way I can get a feel for what I like to do and make connections.